Today, I'm getting new isopods, so we're gonna set up a little isopod culture bin. Hi Peas, you're watching Pets in a Pod. I'm Taylor, and today I'm super excited because I'm getting new isopods. I'm actually getting two new kinds. I'm gonna get powder blue and powder orange, which I'll be adding to my little collection of dairy cow. And yeah, so I have two bins here, and we'll make one bin for the powder blue and powder orange because I do want to separate them as cultures. I do want them to stay pure as a species, but I am going to mix them in my enclosures because if you don't know, I do have bioactive enclosures, and I am planning on kind of putting them all in the enclosure, and I am actually excited to see the variations that come out of it because I do hear that when you kind of have them all together, you'll get like orange dairy cows or like purpley colored ones. So I'm very excited to see the variations that come out, but I don't want them to be mixing in the cultures because then that will defeat the purpose of having like a powder blue line and a powder orange line. So I'm gonna set this up, and they're actually going to arrive tomorrow. So my outfit might change once we're done setting up, but I'm excited. And here we go. Here's all the stuff we'll need, but let's get in gear first. So if you haven't seen my perfect class pet video, highly recommend it. I actually talk about why isopods make perfect class pets, but if you're not a teacher, I want to mention they make perfect pets as well. I like keeping isopods just because I like isopods, not only because they're bioactive. So what's the setup here? I have a bin that I got from the Dollar Tree. Came with the lid. So this, $1. Very cheap. These are also cheap pets. They make good beginner pets too. So $1, and then I took a nail and I heated it up over a flame and I poked the nail through in multiple places. It only took me about like 5 minutes to do. It was very quick. So I poked a bunch of holes on one side, on the other side, and then in just a couple places on the top. Just a couple here and here. And that's so there's ventilation. So how do you set this up? You could actually set this up for completely free. Go outside, get dirt, get leaves, get sticks, get whatever you want to get and throw it in there, and then throw your isopods in. Most isopods do just fine in backyard conditions. So do that, and then it's free, and then you only pay $1, and you can even get isopods in your backyard. I just want to make a point to say you could do all of this for free, which I think is the cool thing. But I am buying specific isopods, so I am going to use store-bought things to fill this up, but nothing special really about any of it. So our first item is our substrate, and this is just cocoa fiber. That's all it is. I just like to use a pure cocoa fiber substrate for my isopods. It's a personal choice. I just find it works really well. But you can also use topsoil, or like I said, just go outside and grab some dirt from the ground. So next I'm gonna spray this down pretty well. Not only just to get rid of the dustiness, but also to get it start to accumulate that moisture in the soil that the isopods will so need. So there we go, it's a nice moisture consistency now. You can see if I squeeze it, it kind of holds its shape. That's kind of the level of moisture you want it at. This should never smell, which is why they also make good beginner pets or pets in general. If you just can't get something like a reptile, these are awesome. These are awesome all on their own. Next, what you want to do is add some interest. So from here you could do whatever you want. You can add sticks, logs, moss, leaves, own little decor pieces. I like to keep it natural, so I'm gonna add moss to 1/2 of it. The moss will also help hold humidity. So this is the moss I'm using. I will also link all of the things I'm using below, and none of these are quite expensive anyway. So if you don't wanna use what you have outside and you do wanna purchase stuff like this, none of it's that expensive. The soil I used, you get a huge bag of it you can get a brick of it, which then expands into like a whole bucket's worth. I think the brick is like $4. This moss I think was maybe like another $4. And I'm just gonna fill it up to half. And again, I'm going to wet it down with my spray bottle. And what about mold? Because that's a lot of a problem. Don't worry about it, that's food. Isopods eat mold. And so even when you set this up, if it begins to mold, as long as you add your isopods in within, soon, like I'm adding mine tomorrow, you won't have a problem with mold. And if you see mold, they will eat it. Also, if you are worried about the amount of mold, you can remove it if you feel like your culture's not established enough to battle the amount of mold. Next, we will add a little chunk of decor, which is this little cork bark piece. They like cork bark. They will actually eat at it. They will hide under it. They'll use it for breeding purposes, so I like to put cork over there. Also, I just realized if you see this is not a real tattoo. I got a fake tattoo, as you could tell. It's like wasting away. I got it for fun. And then the last piece that is important is leaf litter. Again, get it for free outside. I got a bag of leaf litter, I think for $5 at a reptile store. I will link everything in the description. I will link all the stuff I'm using, and I will give you guys the good supply places too, where you can get good leaf litter. But anyway, you can throw it in whole. I do like to break it up just slightly smaller. I feel like it fits the sizing a little better, and because you're not just having all this and then giant leaves, so it fits the sizing a little better. Also, it kind of is starting the breaking down process. It gives the isopods a head start. But there's the leaf litter, and these are magnolia leaves. And that's it. That's where we're gonna end. This is how easy this stuff is. This is what it looks like. That's one setup, and then tomorrow they'll arrive and we'll put them in. What am I doing with the second one? Well, I'm about to set it up right now for my TikTok, so if you don't follow me on there, go ahead and find us on TikTok. We're Pets in a Pod there too, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to add isopods into both of these. Bugs are here, guys. Bugs are here. I have orange and I have blue. Here's the orange ones, which are kind of hard to see. There's one in that corner. They're pretty brightly orange, which is cool. And they're called powder orange. They're not gonna be super, super bright like that carrot you probably just saw, but there they are. And then the powder blues are like more of a gray, so there's them. There's a couple right there crawling around. So, yeah, let's put them in and we'll have some cool isopods all set up. Well guys, that's kind of it. We have our 20 gray and 20 orange, and they're both gonna be in the same place as the dairy cows. And I hope they have good lives here, and I'm very excited to have them. As a reminder, this is what their tubs and the insides look like. So pretty much the same in each, but we're gonna have some super cool isopods. And once these cultures get established, I will be adding quite a few of them to different enclosures just to add to the variety of the cleanup crew that I have. And I'm excited to also see then the outcomes of what actually gets bred between the two. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any isopod questions, let me know. If you like the things you see on this channel, please do subscribe. I post every week, every Friday, and I will see you next week.